Looking for spooky dry ice cocktail recipes for your Halloween party? You've come to the right place. My How to Use Dry Ice Safely in Drinks article is the highest viewed article on therosetable.com. It's very important to know what you're doing because dry ice is dangerous when used incorrectly. You should never touch or swallow dry ice in its solid form and should only serve drinks with dry ice to responsible parties. A small chunk of dry ice fully evaporates in liquid in about 10 minutes, leaving an icy drink that's perfectly safe to drink. Here are some of my favorite dry ice cocktails. I'm calling this the Foolish Mortal. It's just Midori, which is a Japanese melon liqueur, pineapple juice, and a splash of Saint Germain with dry ice dropped in for a haunted smoking effect.
We're going to make the perfect Haunted Mansion cocktail, the Foolish Mortal. This is one of the most popular recipes on the Rose Table, and for good reason, because we're using dry ice, and what is more fun than that? So first we're going to start off with 3 ounces of pineapple juice. Perfect. This is so quick to make. 3 ounces of Midori. This is Japanese melon liqueur, absolutely delicious. And yes, it's shockingly green.
And then half an ounce of Saint Germain elderflower liqueur.
This stuff makes everything taste better. Let me give that a little stir. And then I've got some dry ice here. If you have not ever used dry ice before, I highly recommend reading the How to Use Dry Ice Safely article on therosetable.com. I'm just going to use tongs to grab a chunk of dry ice and wait for the magic to happen. Are you ready? It gets me every time. How magical is that? Now that is a Haunted Mansion cocktail. Oh, so fun. Now with this, you have about 10 minutes of this fabulous spooky smoking effect, and you can see the dry ice actually drops to the bottom of the glass, and after the smoke evaporates, then your dry ice should be fully evaporated. You can always lift the glass to make sure that the dry ice is gone, should be fully evaporated from your drink, and then it's ready to go. What I love about this too is that the dry ice super chills your drink.
There's 999 ghosts, but there's always room for one more. The number one question I get asked is where to get dry ice. I get mine at my local grocery store. It's in a bin in the front of the store next to regular ice, and you do want to be careful to pick it up by the bag. You never want to touch dry ice in its solid form. My spellbinding witchy life potion cocktail, known as the Hocus Pocus, is just 2 ounces of Empress 1908 gin with 4 ounces lemonade and, wait for it, dry ice. Now, if you are afraid to use dry ice, let me assure you I have a whole article on therosetable.com dedicated to dry ice, which I will link in the caption. Don't be scared. This is so much fun to play with. I cannot recommend this enough. Now, you only have about 5 to 10 minutes of this smoking effect for individual cocktails like this, but we did have 3 rounds of cocktails, so the table was smoking on and off throughout the night. It is so much fun to play with, and I do encourage you to read the entire article on dry ice safety before using this for your first time. I also use dry ice in my Hello Brother Old Fashioned inspired by the Vampire Diaries, and I've even used leftover dry ice in orange juice. You can put dry ice in wine or juice, but steer clear of carbonation or drinks with dairy. Now, last but certainly not least, we're going to make an All Hallows Eve martini with dry ice. That's right, we're going to get it all nice and witchy and smoky. This drink is 1.5 ounces of white rum, 3/4 of an ounce blue curacao, 3/4 of an ounce Chambord, half an ounce simple syrup, a dash bitters, and 1.5 ounces cranberry juice.
Look at that fabulous inky black martini. So spooky and perfect for Halloween, but it's gonna get a little bit spookier. The key to dry ice, so you don't wanna touch it and you don't wanna consume it, but it is safe to put in your drink because it fully evaporates to a fabulous gas form that looks all smoky and dramatic. So all we're gonna do, I have my bag of dry ice and I have a hammer. I'm just gonna bang it up with some nice chunks. Perfect. Looks good. Now I'm just gonna take a nice big chunk of dry ice and watch what happens. Look at that, you guys. I mean, is that a happy Halloween martini or what? Holy smokes, right?
If you want more information about how to safely use dry ice in drinks, be sure to go to my website, therosetable.com.
Being normal is vastly overrated. See all of my Disney dinners on therosetable.com. Be sure to follow The Rose Table on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. And for more dinner inspiration, be sure to check out my cookbook at cookbook.therosetable.com. Cheers!